16 Amazing Things to Do on Oahu with Kids, 2023. 1. Ka Moana Luau. Hawaii is a favorite vacation spot for many families, and if you're looking for things to do on Oahu with kids, I've got an entire list for you. I've also added some extra info at the end to help you even more. There's so much to do in Oahu with kids, you'll want to have at least a rough idea of what you'll be doing each day. That way you can make necessary reservations ahead of time. One of the most kid-friendly activities Oahu offers is a luau, and there are many to choose from. Native dancers with lavish costumes, lively music and traditional foods for dinner always make for an attention-grabbing show, no matter how old you are. There is no shortage of opinions over which luau is best. But you can't go wrong taking your family to the Ka Moana Luau at Sea Life Park. The view of the coastline getting to the park is stunning, so the show essentially starts before you even get there. Your ticket to the luau also includes a day exploring sea life, so if your itinerary allows for it, plan time to come early and explore the animal exhibits before your luau starts. Kids will be entertained by the coconut tree climber that kicks off the show and the constant flow of new dances and costume changes by the performers. The highlight of the luau is the fire dancer that performs a phenomenal finale to wrap up the show. 2. Swim with sea turtles. Hawaii is famed for having perfect weather all year round. It is the perfect place to visit in every season. Waikiki is the place you'll see on all the Hawaii postcards. A sun-drenched white sand beach, bikini-clad tourists sunbaking or swimming in the year-round perfect conditions. It's also a place with plenty of activities to keep tourists entertained. One of the coolest things to do in Oahu is swimming with turtles. There are various areas you're almost guaranteed to see them. One such place is a reef just off Waikiki. Spending an afternoon snorkeling with turtles will be a highlight of any trip to Waikiki. One of the best and most popular tours is Pink Sails Waikiki. Tours run for 2 hours and all snorkeling equipment is provided along with amazing and experienced guides. This tour is suitable for kids over 7 years old. 3. Dole Pineapple Plantation. One of the best things to do in Oahu with kids is to visit the Dole Pineapple Plantation. Not only is it a fascinating look at one of Hawaii's biggest exports, but the pineapple experience is so much fun for kids as it is a place that engages all of the senses. Even toddlers enjoy the plantation as most simply adore the Pineapple Express train. You'll enjoy the narration as you learn about the pineapples in Hawaii and how the Dole Company came to be. Older kids will enjoy the pineapple maze, and there is also a guided tour of the garden. It's a great way to learn about all kinds of tropical plants that grow there, from which many tropical fruits and favorites like coffee and cacao grow, not to mention pineapples, of course. The garden is a rainbow of colors kids love as there is much to see and smell. No visit to the Dole Pineapple Plantation would be complete without a taste from the on-site pineapple grill. Whether you dive in for a pineapple chili dog or stick to a Dole Whip or pineapple float, you will enjoy a delight with something delicious grown right on site. It is a sensory experience like no other, and one of the best Oahu activities for families, ohana in Hawaiian. It is also why Oahu is one of the best Hawaiian islands to visit for families. 4. Polynesian Cultural Center. For many people, a visit to the Polynesian Cultural Center is a must-do each time they visit Oahu. It's certainly one of the most kid-friendly things to do in Oahu, and you can easily spend an entire day there. Plan to arrive when it opens at 12:45, and as the guides will tell you, keep moving right along if you want to try to see most of it. The main attractions are divided into 6 islands, or villages, with each featuring a different native culture found on the Hawaiian Islands. There is live entertainment scheduled throughout the afternoon at each village, and you'll want to keep your map and schedule handy so you can plan which one to go to next. In between shows, visitors can learn how to start a fire without matches, play traditional games, learn to hula and so much more. You can also take a ride in a canoe on the canal to get a better look at each of the villages. Tickets are also available for the Ali'i Luau Buffet and the Gateway Buffet for dinner time. You can also plan ahead and book tickets to the award-winning Breath of Life show and make it a full day of entertainment your family will never forget. One more thing to note is that your entrance ticket to PCC is good for 3 days. So if you don't get a chance to see everything you want, you can always come back again. This makes it even more valuable and one of the best kids activities on Oahu you can find. 5. Visit Waimea Waterfall and Botanical Garden. If you are looking for a cool, family-friendly waterfall to explore on Oahu, then consider visiting Waimea Waterfalls. Located along the North Shore area and directly opposite Waimea Beach, Waimea Waterfall and Botanical Garden is a fantastic place to visit. It's one of the most kid-friendly hikes on Oahu and includes a swimming area with a lifeguard on duty. Swimming in the pond area is permitted and everyone is required to wear a life jacket. These are available at the check-in desk area of the pond area. The hike to the waterfall is less than a mile and on a flat, paved road with beautiful gardens and landscape to view or explore in more detail when you have more time. You can also take a docent tour to learn a lot of the culture, traditions, and daily life of a mock ancient village that used to be part of this beautiful valley. You'll also learn about native indigenous plants used for eating, herbs, and medicinal purposes in the valley. When you visit the waterfalls and gardens, you'll be supporting a nonprofit group that helps to educate and maintain the valley, gardens, and pristine nature of the area. There is an authentic luau you can experience on the grounds. With the price of entry to it, you can also get entry to the Waterfall and Botanical Garden tour. Waimea Waterfall is definitely the safest and easiest waterfalls to visit on Oahu, although there are plenty of other waterfalls in Oahu to explore as well. It's fun, educational, and you can also hang out next door at the gorgeous Waimea Bay Beach Park. 6. Cruise in a catamaran. Taking a catamaran cruise off the coast of Waikiki Beach is one of the best Oahu kid-friendly activities and a must for your Oahu bucket list. Not only will you get to enjoy the views of the water and the coast, but if you're lucky, you'll also get to spot wildlife like sea turtles, dolphins, and even do some whale watching. There are a few different catamaran companies in Waikiki, but one of the best is Maitai Catamaran. Their most popular sailing is the Tradewind sail, which sails once in the morning and again in the afternoon. Depending on where you sit on the boat, you can get pretty wet. Kids especially love getting splashed at the front of the boat. The entire cruise is scenic, with gorgeous views of the Oahu coast, Diamond Head, and the crystal blue water. Adults on board can enjoy a beer or a Mai Tai during the cruise, and they have juices and sodas for the kids. If you'd rather skip the midday heat and sun, you can also opt for a sunset cruise or moonlight sailing. Depending on the sailing you choose, prices range from $49 to $79 for adults and teens and $25 to $40 for kids. Traveling with a kid under 3? They sail for free. Just one more reason it's one of the best Oahu kid activities you can plan for your vacation. 7. Hinoma Bay Nature Preserve. Oahu is home to some of the most beautiful beaches in the world. One of the best beaches for families in Oahu is Hinoma Bay Nature Preserve. If your kids are water lovers, then this place will not disappoint. With beautiful turquoise water, a protected reef, and loads of fish, this is one of the best beaches on Oahu for kids to swim. If your kids aren't strong swimmers, they can still see fish in the shallow areas closer to the shore. Hinoma Bay Nature Preserve is a protected marine life conservation area with the best snorkeling on the island. Since this is where over 400 species of fish call home, it's the most popular destination for anyone visiting Oahu. Be sure to stop at the Marine Education Center where your family can learn about the history of this natural wonder. With the massive popularity of the nature preserve, there have been measures taken to help ensure the safety of the wildlife. The entry fee has been increased to $25 for kids over 12 years old and adults. Along with the increased fee, only 1,000 visitors are allowed per day, plus the bay is closed on Mondays and Tuesdays. Even with the latest changes, Hinoma Bay Nature Preserve is a must when visiting Oahu with kids. If you plan on visiting this beautiful state park on your next vacation to Oahu with kids, be sure to get there early. The gates open at 6:45, but there is oftentimes a line of cars waiting as early as 6 a.m. Get there early to pick a good spot and jump in the water. This is one of the best activities in Oahu for kids and you won't want to miss it. There is a concession stand for food, so you don't have to leave to eat. If you decide to bring your own food, please remember to leave no trace. 8. Bishop Museum. Looking for the best family activities Oahu has to offer? Visit the Bishop Museum, the largest museum in Hawaii. The museum as a whole is both fun and educational. It has the largest collection of Polynesian art and culture in the world. The museum is located west of Waikiki, just off the Lanikai Highway. If you have a keen interest in the history of Hawaii, the Bishop Museum is perfect for you. The museum displays the exhibit to preserve the culture and history of Hawaii, and it has something for all ages to enjoy. The POW! Wow! Exhibit is awesome and the most famous in this museum. It showcases graffiti, murals, and street art. POW! Wow! Is a Native American word that describes a festival that celebrates culture, art, and music. There are lots of artifacts to see here. The colorful murals and the art installations are excellent. There is another exhibit on the gallery lawn which is about ocean solutions. The Science Center is very fun and interactive. Children as well as adults, everyone can enjoy this place. Visitors can walk through a volcano. There's a glow-in-the-dark tunnel that looks very beautiful. You can also buy souvenirs from the gift shop, which is quite large and has a great selection. Paid parking, $5, is available, but it might be difficult to get a spot during weekends and public holidays. Therefore, try to get here as early as possible in the day. 9. Iolani Palace. Swords, crowns, a king, and a queen. A visit to Iolani Palace is one of the best things to do with kids in Oahu. Iolani Palace is the only royal residence in the entire United States. It is also a fascinating place to learn about Hawaiian royalty and history. The palace was built in 1882 by King Kalakaua, the last king of Hawaii. It remained the royal residence through the reign of his sister, Queen Liliuokalani, until the Hawaiian government was overthrown in 1893. The palace captures an important time in Hawaiian history and offers an engaging way for kids and adults to learn more. Iolani Palace was inspired by European palaces of the time but is unique in the powerful Hawaiian cultural influences throughout the building, artwork, and artifacts. This makes touring the palace unlike a visit to any other site and very interesting for visitors of all ages. Purchase your tickets online and, depending on your group, plan to spend 1 to 2 hours. You can enjoy docent-led tours or go on a self-led tour with the audio guide. Here are a few tips for making the most of visiting with kids. Consider learning about it as a family before you visit. The website offers some videos and activities for kids, and there are books and documentaries available online. If music is a special interest, learn about the song Aloha Oe and other songs by Queen Liliuokalani, who was a talented and prolific composer. Once you are there, let your kids' interests inspire more activities nearby. If they were especially interested in learning more about government because they visited the palace, take a tour of the state capitol next door. And if it was the stunning artwork in the palace that caught their attention, the Hawaii State Art Museum is also next door. 10. Oahu Atlantis Submarine. One of the best kid-friendly things to do in Oahu is the Atlantis submarine ride. It's located at the Hilton Hawaiian Village, which is easy to get to by rental car, Uber, or the Waikiki trolley. You'll get to take a short boat ride out to the submarine. From the boat, you'll see gorgeous views of the Waikiki Beach area as well as Diamond Head. Then, you'll climb into a real submarine and go 100 feet below the surface. Kids will love seeing the sunken ship, airplane, and Japanese seaweed farm. But, the real thrill is that you never know which sea animals will swim in front of your window. The entire submarine ride is narrated and they do a great job of turning the submarine around so that all passengers get to see everything. This is an awesome activity for families who want to see Hawaii's sea life without actually getting wet. When the submarine ride is over, you'll want to make sure to stay on the top deck of the boat that takes you back to shore. That's because you'll get the best view of the submarine plunging back into the water with the next load of passengers. Kids need to be at least 36 inches tall, so it's ideal for families with preschoolers or elementary-aged children looking to plan kid-friendly activities on Oahu. Plus, the whole experience is only a couple of hours. When you're planning kid-friendly things to do in Honolulu, consider adding this to your list. 11. Visit Pearl Harbor Memorial. No trip to Oahu is complete without visiting Pearl Harbor Memorial. Although younger children won't understand the gravity of what happened there on December 7, 1941, they will carry with them the memories of having been there. The memorial honors the 2,388 Americans who died during the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor. Visitors can spend time touring several museums that chronicle the events of that day. There are several tributes outside as well, so you'll want to give yourself plenty of time to read them. The USS Arizona Memorial is the main feature that most people come to see. You'll need a ticket to take the short boat ride across the harbor to the memorial, but they are free. If you're planning to visit Oahu during a busy season, you can reserve your ticket ahead of time for $1 each. Without a ticket, you'll have to wait in the standby line until there's extra room on the boat for your group to go. You can also rent audio guides to learn more about the attack on Pearl Harbor and each of the exhibits you'll see there. This piece of history is well worth taking time away from the beach to memorialize what happened there. Although it is a war memorial, most of it is outside, and since it's located on that harbor, it's a beautiful place to spend a couple of hours. 12. Snorkel at Lanikai Beach. Lanikai Beach is one of the most beautiful stretches of sand on the island of Oahu and makes for the perfect day out for you and your family. The beach is located on the east side of Oahu and is so popular because of the fine white sand, crystal clear blue water, and palm trees that line the beach. You'll also get a beautiful view out to the Mokulua Islands that sit a few hundred yards from shore. As this beach is on the east side of the island, it is quite sheltered, meaning it doesn't really get any waves. This makes it ideal for kids to be able to swim safely in the calm waters and one of the best beaches in Oahu for families. You can also enjoy snorkeling, stand-up paddleboarding, and kayaking from this beach. There isn't a parking lot at Lanikai Beach, so you need to find parking in the surrounding residential streets and access the beach along one of the paths between the houses that line the beach. The easy access, calm waters, and beautiful scenery make this an ideal place to visit in Oahu with kids, where you can enjoy a few hours basking in the sun and swimming in the blue water. 13. Kualoa Ranch. If you've got a dinosaur-crazy kid like me, there is one place you will definitely want on your must-visit list in Oahu, and that's Kualoa Ranch. Most famous for being the location of Jurassic Park, this place is beautiful and well worth your vacation time. Kualoa Ranch is a private nature reserve consisting of 4,000 acres of reserve and working cattle ranch. Like they like to say, if you've seen Jurassic Park, you've seen this ranch, so it gives you an idea of what to expect. There are a variety of experiences and tours here, and it's not just about Jurassic Park, although you'll want to make sure you sign up for one of the tours that visit the movie sites, such as the Hollywood Movie Sites Tour. Many movies have been filmed here beyond Jurassic Park. This will also give your family the chance to pose with a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Just a statue, don't worry. For more adventurous families, you can zip line over the gorgeous valleys, go mountain bike riding or horseback riding. There are also tours through their farm and ones on the water. There really is something for every family. Located about 23 miles from Waikiki, Kualoa Ranch runs shuttle buses, or you can easily drive yourself here. There is plenty of parking. 14. Snorkeling at Sharks Cove. It's no secret that taking a day trip to the North Shore from Waikiki is a must-do activity in Oahu. However, one of the best things to do on the North Shore often flies under the radar: snorkeling at Sharks Cove. Sharks Cove is a small, rocky bay located in Pupukea Beach Park along the North Shore. The area offers excellent snorkeling, but it's far less crowded than iconic Hanoma Bay. Your family will love swimming together in the crystal clear water and spotting the abundant marine life, including triggerfish, butterflyfish, parrotfish, needlefish, trumpetfish, and sea turtles. Plus, admission to Sharks Cove is free, unlike other popular spots on the island. It's important to note that Sharks Cove is surrounded by jagged rocks, so unless your kids are experienced swimmers and can navigate these obstacles, it might be best to skip this activity. However, for families with solid young swimmers, pre-teens, and teenagers, this is a fun experience that you and your family can't miss. Expect to spend at least 2 hours here. It's best to slot out 3 hours, just in case. Pro tip: bring your own snorkel gear from home with you to Hawaii to save money on expensive rentals. Plus, remember to wear reef-safe sunscreen to protect the beautiful coral reefs. 15. Punchbowl National Memorial Cemetery. You might not have expected to see a cemetery on the list of things to do in Honolulu with kids, but this isn't a normal cemetery. Punch Bowl has become one of the most popular attractions in Oahu, with more than 5 million people coming to pay their respects each year. While there, visitors will get a spectacular view of Waikiki and the downtown area. Since Punch Bowl sits in the crater of an extinct volcano, visitors can walk the rim to see all the way to the out across the water. History buffs will find the well-maintained grounds a fascinating tribute to the many soldiers of the American Armed Forces who died during World War II, Korean and Vietnam Wars. Currently, there are over 53,000 veterans and eligible family members interred there. Families can either spend some time walking around the beautiful grounds, it's 116 acres, so you'll only see part of it, or drive a loop around the main part of the cemetery. There is no cost to visit Punch Bowl, and it's one of the most memorable things to do on Oahu for free. A visit to Punch Bowl may seem too solemn for a family vacation, but it's actually a quiet respite from the busy agendas many families have when planning what to do when visiting Hawaii. A visit here is definitely worth making time for. 16. Shop at the Aloha Stadium Swap Meet. While you're planning things to do with kids in Honolulu, save time for shopping at the Aloha Stadium Swap Meet. Not only is it a fun place to spend an hour or two, it's the best place to get souvenirs on Oahu. Located in the parking lot outside the Aloha Stadium, the swap meet features around 400 vendors. You'll find tons of cheap trinkets like magnets, t-shirts, hair clips, and Hawaiian-themed bags. You'll also find handmade clothes, locally made jewelry and beautiful artistry. Plan to come early, as it gets pretty hot as the day goes on. Don't forget to bring a water bottle, and you may want to apply sunscreen before you get started. Parking is free, but the entrance to get into the swap meet is $1 per person for everyone 12 and over. Ages 11 and under are free, and you can only pay in cash. Also, while some vendors can process credit cards, most only accept cash, so make sure you bring what you need. The swap meet is only open 3 days a week, which means you'll need to plan your week's agenda around spending one of your mornings there. Aloha Stadium Swap Meet Hours. Wednesdays from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Sundays from 6:30 a.m. to 3 p.m.